What's up, Skirts Up Squad? It is Samantha, and I am here to say congratulations. You have almost made it to Season 2, Episode 1. But that's not today. Season 1 begins on September 26th. It is a wonderful interview with such an amazing person. We are so excited for you to get to know her. But first, let me remind you that we are going to be live in front of an audience on Facebook, on Instagram, doing our first live podcasting show. Yeah, let that sink in. This is because of y'all and all of your guys' support, and we are so thankful for that, and we cannot wait to see you there. Sunday, September 15th at Slow Pour Brewing in Lawrenceville at 2 p.m. It's going to be wild. I don't even know what's going to come out of our mouths. So most of you know that Melissa and I had traveled to Asheville, North Carolina to do an in-person video recording. We knew that this episode was going to be our first episode when we came back to Season 2, and we had been kind of going back and forth trying to figure out how we were going to release this to you, because this was like a 5-hour recording. It was something. It was really special. And then, we stole the guest away for dinner and talked her ear off for another couple of hours. And, thankfully we didn't scare her off. And we cannot wait to meet her again. But I couldn't figure out how to fit all of the pieces and everything that we talked about into one episode. So what we have decided is we're going to break it up into 3 episodes, 2 smaller ones, 1 normal one. And we're going to share it with you. We met Kelly Palmatier with Channeling White Light. She's a psychic medium, and we did a combo reading, which was a psychic reading, a mediumship reading for Melissa and I combined. And they were both very personal, very deep, and things came out that no one really knows about us, that we haven't shared publicly to even some of our family members. So it's really something, but we have decided to go ahead and share that with you. So in this episode today, it's going to be the psychic reading that we had with Kelly Palmatier. And next week, we'll give you the medium reading that we had with her. And then as our first episode, you'll get to have our full interview with Kelly. And I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, because it really, really was special. And I can't wait for y'all to hear it. So take a listen. It's okay if you giggle, because we had no idea what to expect. And so particularly me, Sam, I didn't know what to say. If you've ever had a psychic reading, please let us know about it. We want to hear your experience. Bye.
Rise and shine, ladies. You're tuned in to Skirts Up with Samantha and Melissa.
We got your daily dose of hope and humor while we discuss everything from failing to succeeding
and all the spiciness in between.
It's so nice to meet you guys. So you are Melissa?
I am Melissa.
And Sam?
Yes.
All right. I'm Kelly Palmatier. So nice to meet you. How did you find out about me and my services?
LinkedIn. I don't even know how I came across you, but I was on LinkedIn and there you were. And then I just got hooked.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I don't get a lot of people finding me through LinkedIn. I push content out on all of the major, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. LinkedIn, I don't get a lot of people contacting me through that. So
it
that's kind of cool.
Been meant to be.
Meant to be, absolutely. Well, I'm so glad you found me and decided to reach out. So you guys have had other psychics or mediumship readings before?
One, we had an Akashic reading.
Okay.
And it was very interesting.
Nice.
We had never heard of it before.
We did not record it, though.
We did not record it.
Okay.
It was an experience.
It was for us.
Yeah. That's cool. So that's complimentary. It's adjacent to what I do. It's a psychic and a medium. Mm-hmm. Well, I just like to acknowledge that every psychic, every medium, every person who works with energy is a little bit different.
Okay.
We're different in the services that we offer, the procedures that we use, just the ways we connect to the energy can vary from person to person as well. Now, in my case, I'm both a psychic and a medium, but you know that because you've signed up for the combo. So we're going to do both psychic readings and mediumship readings today.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So typically what I'll do is I'll start off with the psychic readings and then finish up with the mediumship, if that works for you.
Sounds
great.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm very excited.
Good.
Yeah. So excited to be here with one of my best friends. We've had a good time.
Nice.
Okay.
Now, typically when I'm doing a psychic reading, I'm going to use a combination of reading the tarot cards and just tuning in directly to the energy.
Okay.
This deck that I'm using is the Angel deck by Radley Valentine. It's just a lovely deck. The images are beautiful. The way it presents the information is gentle. It resonates with me. Do you have any questions about the process before we get started?
Do we need to have questions in mind?
We're just going to think about what's going on in your life.
Okay.
And if you do have a question that pops into your head, that's fine too.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it pops into your head, do you verbalize it or does it just stay in your head?
So I'm actually going to guide you through the process.
Okay, perfect.
First of all, let's establish the fact that we're going to do 2 mini readings today as opposed to 1 full length reading. So that's a little bit different than most of my readings. I do lots of mini readings, but like you got the combo, so typically that's going to be a full length psychic reading and a full length mediumship. But we're going to split the psychic into 2 mini readings. So the first question is, who would like to go first?
You? Doesn't matter.
Let's let Sam go first.
Okay, Sam, you get to go first. You get to be our guinea pig.
Hot seat.
So the first step is I'm going to shuffle the deck on your behalf.
Okay.
While I'm shuffling the cards, I would like for you to please be thinking about whatever's going on in your life. Think about whatever's concerning you. If you've got questions you'd like answered, think about those as well. It's okay if you'd like to think about more than one subject.
Okay.
Just finished shuffling the deck. Does that feel good, or would you like me to shuffle a bit longer?
Perfect. Sounds good.
All right. The next step is I'm just going to take a moment. I'm going to close my eyes, breathe deeply, start to tune into your energy a little more deeply. While I'm doing this, it would be great, if you're so inclined, for you to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and think about your goals, what you hope to get out of the session today. All right. Very good. All right, Sam. So before I start with the cards, I'm just going to talk for a moment about what I'm picking up from the energy. All right?
Okay.
All right. So I just want to acknowledge you have an amazing energy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. I feel like I'm picking up on lots of different details for you. So I want to talk about how, first of all, you're a very kind person, gentle, compassionate, caring. I really feel that you enjoy helping others. And you do have a connection to the energy. I feel like you do have a sensitivity, a strong sense of intuition, a good intuitive ability yourself.
Okay.
I also definitely feel a connection to an older generation. Like, I don't know if you've been doing anything with Ancestry.com or like researching your ancestors, but I'm feeling that there's a strong connection there. We're not doing mediumship yet, but I feel like we may have some. I will use the word ancestors because I feel like this may even be someone that you haven't met in the physical world, but you have a connection to nonetheless. So I do want to talk about that. Now, I also pick up on intelligence for you, intelligence, education, but I feel like when I'm talking about education, it feels like you've got, traditional education, but then you've got all these other subjects that you have delved into in a non-formal way, just your own love of learning and love of life. So I want to acknowledge that for you. Now, I do sense that you feel things very deeply, so it's, I just want to say you're in a safe space. So if at any point you feel yourself getting emotional, I just want to say that's okay.
Okay.
I do pick up on a masculine energy that's near you. So it feels to me like, I don't know if you're in a partnership, but I feel like this might even be partnership energy that I'm picking up on, an energy that's near you. And this person does feel very supportive, very supportive. So it feels like it's a good match, you and this person, a good match. And I feel like you've got your dreams, your goals, and this person says, yes, how can I help you meet your dreams and your goals? So that's really beautiful. All right, so that's just my first impressions. Let's see what these cards say.
Excuse me.
All right, we have some really great cards here. Now, since we're just doing the mini reading, I've only pulled 3, but these are some great cards here. We're going to start off by talking about the 9 of Fire. The 9 of Fire is a really great card. This card says, don't give up. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. So this card is nice because it validates that what you're doing has value. So don't give up. 6 of Fire, another fabulous card. This card says, victory! Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. I love that for you. The 9 of Water. This card is another amazing card. It's like I handpicked these for you. Well, I did, but it's like I went through and said, oh, she'd like this one or that one. But yeah, this is a great card. The 9 of Water literally says, your wish comes true. Concerns fade away. A love of life. So you've got 1 very good card and 2 amazing cards. So I love that for you. And I have to say, I feel like a lot of this is related to the show, because obviously you're putting a lot of effort into making the Skirts Up show amazing. And I feel like these cards are really indicating success for you. And you're going to have a lot of people who are really touched by this show. Yeah.
That's what I needed.
Yeah. So I've told you my initial impression of what I'm picking up for you from the energy. I have read 3 tarot cards. The next phase is where I'm inviting you to share with me as much as you'd like, as much as you're comfortable sharing about what's going on in your life. And then I can tune in again more deeply around those particular situations. And I can also answer questions for you, including sometimes very specific questions.
Wow. Okay. Well, you mentioned the very positive male presence energy, and that my husband is very supportive, very involved as much as I want him to be. So that's really nice to hear. And I have heard in other ways that we have a really good, strong bond. One of them made me kind of like think of like feeling like refreshed, really like, is that...
The 9 of Water says your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love of life.
Love of life. That's what it was.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. There's been a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's been new.
Yeah. Yeah. The love of life. I really am happy that card's come up for you, and I feel like that's really relevant.
It is.
Because I do pick up on that there have been things in your past that have not gone so smoothly. You know, you've definitely experienced some struggle in the past. And so I love that you're on an upturn now.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like this is a long-term upturn.
Yeah. And I needed to hear that people are going to be impacted. That was the whole purpose.
Nice.
So that's
good.
That's good.
Do you have questions, other things, other subjects you'd like me to tune in around?
I don't know. I feel like that just already validated anything that I had questions on.
This is a mini reading, so we spent just a very short amount of time, but what I'm hearing from you is everything that you were wondering about, I already hit right.
It really feels like that. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, good. Well, I'm so glad.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
All right.
No more questions?
I don't know it. I don't know. I really like that literally was all
That's amazing.
it was literally every thought in my head.
Okay.
Good. I
No
love
pressure.
that.
I
Melissa, you can ask as many as you want.
He already knows you.
Do I get more time? Just kidding.
Yes.
I can have hers. No, just kidding.
Yes, that would be fine.
You are so sweet. And I am joking. I will take gratefully whatever we have today.
All right. Are you ready for this? How do you feel?
I feel in tune, I think.
Okay. So are you ready?
I am.
All right. Good.
Thank you.
Of course. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started for you, Melissa. So the first step is I'm just going to shuffle the deck on your behalf.
Okay.
While I'm shuffling the cards, I would like for you to please be thinking about whatever's going on in your life. Think about whatever's concerning you. If you've got questions you'd like answered, think about those as well. It's okay if you'd like to think about more than one subject. We'll have a moment of silence while we do this. I thought I was done,
I did too.
and then I heard, no, not
Okay.
done, not yet. I think one more.
Okay.
Does that feel good to you?
If
One
it feels
more?
good to you.
I could go another.
I'm weird and I always shuffle more than less.
I'm good with that.
I'm going to focus.
One more. That's the one.
Okay.
Does that feel good to you?
Thank you.
That feels good to me. Does that feel good to
Yes.
you?
Thank you.
All right. All right, very good. Now the next step is I'm just going to take a moment. I'm going to close my eyes, breathe deeply, start to tune into your energy a little more deeply. While I'm doing this, it would be great, if you're so inclined, for you to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and think about your goals, what you hope to get out of the session today.
Okay.
All right. Very good. So before I start with the cards, I'm just going to talk for a moment about what I'm picking up from the energy.
Okay.
All right. Again, it's no surprise. My goodness, you have an amazing energy. You know, when I'm tuning into your energy, I just feel like I want to acknowledge the goddess that's within you. And it's interesting because you have such a kind, gentle, down-to-earth, humble nature that I feel like this humbleness in you, you wouldn't normally call yourself a goddess. Or when you do call yourself a goddess, you would think, oh, this is kind of funny. Ha ha, I'm calling myself a goddess. Ha ha. Right?
True.
There's this humbleness about you. And that's beautiful. That's part of your charm. But I feel like it's also rooted in the fact that there have been many times in your life when you did not recognize your own value. There have been times in your life where you have not loved yourself in the way that you deserve to be loved. So I just want to validate that you're an amazing person. I feel like you're the type of person where if somebody else is in need, you would bend over backwards to help them out. You would do whatever it takes, even if it means hardship for you. You would do that to help somebody else out. And this is something that I feel like even with you being as humble as you are, you know this to be true about yourself, that you are there for others. And that's one quality that you've never doubted that you have. I feel like that's the one that can be your touchstone. So when you doubt who you are, when you have those doubts of, am I good enough? Remember that this one you don't have any doubt about.
Thank you.
And I hope you can remember that I'm telling you to apply that touchstone to all these other aspects of you too. Because you are very intelligent. You are intuitive. You're beautiful. You've got all these things going for you. And I feel like you're just in this phase in your life, you're just starting to get a little glimmer of this. You're starting to be in a place in your life where you're starting to like yourself and like what you're doing. Let's keep that going.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. You've got a lot of love around you, more so than you realize. Yeah. Yeah, both in the physical world and in the spirit world. By the way, again, we're not getting into mediumship yet, but I definitely feel spirit around you, loving you and supporting you. And I feel like this is kind of random, but I feel like I want to talk about Mae West.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have an admiration of old Hollywood glam.
I enjoy it.
I just feel like I'm getting pulled towards that for you.
Interesting.
Old Hollywood glam, an appreciation of history or the way certain traditional things used to be.
Okay.
Yeah. It's interesting because I feel like you've got a nice open mind, a nice progressive mindset,
Mm-hmm.
while you're still appreciating the beauty of the way things used to be done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really do love walking into a place and thinking like a building in a room like this, like
Mhm.
how many people have been in this room and sat here
Yes.
and the experiences that they've had.
Mm.
I do have that aspect to my personality.
Nice. Good. I'm so glad that made sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
So anyway, that's just my first impression. Let's see what the cards are saying. All right, before I move on, I just got a little glimmer. I feel like I got this earlier and then I didn't say it and I just had that little memory flash come in. I feel like I want to talk about, I think this is a cat. So I don't know if you have a cat now or if you used to have a cat.
Okay.
But I felt like I'll say it's definitely a small animal, one that loves you and looks up to you. Do you have a cat now? Or did you used to have a cat?
I have 2 cats
You have 2 cats now.
and 2 dogs.
Okay. All right. Very good. So that connection to the animals is very strong with you. And I'm just feeling, when I was talking about all the love that you have around you, I feel like I need to also include the furry lovey animals. Yeah. Sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right, let's see what cards we have for you. So you have some great cards here, some interesting cards. I think I want to start with the Hermit. So the card of the Hermit talks about spending time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. I feel like this is relevant for you because of that self-discovery where I was talking about you're kind of starting to understand a glimmer of your own worth.
Yeah.
And the spending time in quiet meditation, just before we started the reading, you asked if you could just take a moment to breathe deeply,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And sort of center yourself. So I feel like this is very appropriate, the Hermit.
Thank you.
Now, the card of the Hermit can also indicate some alone time. And I will say I feel like this is appropriate for you because it feels like you do well in your own company. You need to have some of those quiet moments without a bunch of other people around.
True.
Yeah. All right. The Six of Water has come up for you. This card talks about memories from your history or childhood. Sometimes it represents issues regarding children, romanticizing the past.
Okay.
So I call this the card of nostalgia.
Okay.
But I find that it's really interesting because the card talks about romanticizing the past. And I talked about Mae West and Hollywood glam and appreciation of things from the past.
Yeah. Interesting.
Then we have the Magician. This is a great card. This is a great card. This card says, you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So I love that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I've told you the basics of what I was picking up, my first impressions from the energy, the basics of what the cards are saying. Melissa, what's going on for you?
Okay. Oh, I was thinking a lot about how to balance my life because there's more than one thing that's really important to me. And I feel like I'm hoping for some guidance, maybe with that. I don't want to let anybody down. And so I feel like I'm going on a journey with Sam and I'm really excited. And I'm not willing to not go on that journey. And I'm worried that it could maybe let down some people in other parts of my life.
Let's talk about the people in the other parts of your life and what your fears are around that. So, who is it in your life that you're fearing you may let down?
This kind of sounds silly.
Let's be silly.
Okay. I have a quilt shop and I have customers. A lot of shops have closed in the area and I'm trying to grow and be what they need and what they want. And I've had a lot of people say things to me like, don't move, don't close, we really need you here. We really need you open. And there's a lot, and I know they do it out of love, but there's a lot of suggestions and ideas from all of my customers. We would love it if you had this, or if you were doing this, or if you would get this program going or this program going. And sometimes
What direction to go?
Yeah.
I don't want to let them down.
Right. Very good. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So first of all, I just have to chuckle for a moment because I talked about an appreciation of the past and the way things were done in the past, and you own a quilt shop.
That is actually funny.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So, quilting.
Yes, it has a lot
I'm not going to say that it's not current.
No, there's a
but
lot of
it has a
sentimentality.
long history. Yes, a lot of sentimentality around quilting.
This is true.
Okay. So I just had to chuckle
Thank
about
you.
that. Yes. All right. Now, all of the things that are coming from your clients, your customers who are making these suggestions, what they're doing is they're having their own dreams, what they'd like to see in the future. That doesn't mean that you have to be the one that fulfills all of their dreams.
Okay.
If they want to have a particular program going, they could start that program.
That is so true.
So what you need to do is you need to think about the health of the business.
Okay.
Because you need to have that business bring in profit and bring you enjoyment in owning it.
Thank you.
And if those two things are in alignment, then all these other little bonuses, location, programs, certain things you carry or whatever, those are all bonuses that have the ability to come about when your business is thriving.
Okay. I also got the impression that not the impression. It's just a thought that came to my mind that I hadn't really thought of before, but I wouldn't be able to do this with Sam if the business wasn't healthy. we are talking about moving locations.
And thoughts about where the business should be.
Mm-hmm.
Those
It's very stressful.
Sure, it's stressful, but it's also related to the health of the business.
Yeah.
So you need to look at the health of the business coming first. And
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you right now, even though you want to bend over backwards for everybody,
Yeah.
you will not please everybody 100% of the time. It's simply impossible.
That is true.
If you look at the very best product on Amazon, or take, for example, an iPhone, a product that's really amazing, and you look at the reviews,
Yeah.
you might have thousands of reviews, but they're not all 5 stars. The
Yeah.
very best products are going to have 4 point blah, 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 blah.
That's true.
So just let go of this desire to be everything for everybody. It's rooted in your desire to be loved because you want to please everybody, and that's great. But you have to understand that you have to balance everything out.
Yeah.
So it may be that you please all of these people that want these programs and these products, but you can't please these people that want this particular location.
Yeah.
But there'll be all these other people that really love the new location.
Thank you.
Of course. Any other questions I can tune into for you today?
Can I ask something for her?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I feel like I know like what one of her dreams are that like she's like just really needs and like really wants more than anything. Like, is there a way for you to say if that's a dream that is accomplishable and going to happen for her? Or is that something that's just kind of, we're just going to roll with it?
Mm-hmm. Right. So you want me to see if I'm going to crush her dreams or not?
Yeah. Yeah. That's honestly, I'm at a point in my life where it's like I just
can accept
wish.
it. You just
yes,
want.
I can accept it. I just want to know, like, that I can stop.
Are the cards there?
Well, I was teasing about crushing your dreams.
I know you
by
are.
the way.
You're hilarious. But there's a point in my life where I've realized, yes, I can accept if this thing will never come to pass.
And I think that'll give you peace on whatever decision and path you start moving towards.
I'm going to take a moment and just tune in to the energy and see if I can pick up more details or more insight. So bear with me one moment. All right. Here's what I'm getting. I want to acknowledge, just like earlier when I was picking up on these 4 amazing little furry love balls, I want to acknowledge that you have this very deep, nurturing energy. This dream that you're thinking about, is it related to more nurturing?
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like you're wondering if you'll ever have children.
Mm-hmm. I think I know the answer.
Well, I have an answer for you. Do you want to see if they match?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm feeling is you would be an amazing mom, right? You would be an amazing mother because you're an amazing person and you've got this nurturing ability and you know how to help others and you would be amazing at raising children. Right now, at this phase in your life today, you don't feel that you're ready for that. So is that true? Because what I'm getting is it feels like right now, today in your life, you feel this, I would love this, but then you feel this perfectionism, which is, but I would only want to have children if this circumstance or that circumstance, and this doesn't feel quite right.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what I want you to understand is that you have the ability to raise a child right now. Now, whether or not it's from your womb, I don't know. Maybe. My husband and I actually adopted. We decided that we wanted to make a difference in the world, and there's so many children who need homes, and it's a crazy world, and why would we want to bring more kids into it? So we ended up fostering, and we fostered for years, and then we ended up adopting a couple of siblings in our care, and now they're grown, fine, young, grown people doing well in life, and I'm super thankful. My point is, it would be so easy for you to be a mom, a parent, almost immediately, if you really wanted to make it happen. But right now, you're not really sure that that's what you want or how you want it. So I want you to understand that it's not about giving up on your dreams. It's about accepting that you're making a choice of how you want different dreams to manifest.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. And also, you have options because you could become a foster or adoptive parent much later in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe.
So,
I'm 44.
but it's a choice.
Okay.
At 60 or 70, you could adopt someone.
Mm-hmm.
It's a choice.
Okay. I see your future.
So I just want you to understand
Thank
you're
you.
not giving up on a dream.
Okay.
The door's not closed on that dream, but you have to decide how bad you want that particular dream versus all these other dreams that you're enjoying. The current career goals are all pieces of the puzzle that point to why you don't feel like you really want it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So just remember, just keep that in mind, that you can do what you want.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So that wraps up our psychic readings.